Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, vlogsters. Look, Jimmy gave me his Wolfie cup. Let's take that better. I need this morning. I'm so ecstatic that my sister's here. She's been such a blessing. But she's making me do a lot of stuff, and that's why I'm laying down for the vlog this morning, because I'm so tired. And today is Monday, and I have the oncologist's appointment this morning. Now, I haven't had the biopsy yet, but I have had the CAT scan. The results didn't seem to come up on the app, but I don't know if maybe they don't when this doctor orders tests. I'm not sure. So hopefully he'll have some results that we can talk about today. I'm sure he'll have results when from the biopsy. We'll talk about that. Not the biopsy, the bone scan. They sent me a thank you card for choosing them as service, and they each signed it, which was the sweetest. I was like the two nurses and the nurse practitioner and the doctor. I just thought that was so sweet. I wanted to come on this morning to talk about a few things. First of all, yes, about the appointment. Yes, about my sister. And yes, about being exhausted. But it's like a good exhausted. You know, yesterday I ate dinner at the table. I'm still kind of apprehensive because I'm not supposed to be yet. But, you know, I just missed it. And it's hard to have her here and not visit, if that makes any sense. Like, she comes and hangs out with me, but she's older than I am, so she's got aches and pains, and there's not any place for her to sit here with, like, back support. I almost want to take my dresser out and just bring in a chair or something. I don't need that. Just come and sit here. You're fine. It's fine. But I'm thinking about different things that I could possibly do, but she said she doesn't feel like she gets enough like support on the benches, which I kind of feel bad then, because my friend visits and she has back issues, and I'm afraid she does not get support on the benches either. So I got to eat yesterday. Jimmy made the Nordic chicken with sweet potatoes and arugula with like the orange juice, lemon, like the citrus chicken it's called, I think. It's got like an orange juice, lemon, honey sort of dressing that you cook the chicken in. And it was just so good. He did a really nice job. And there was no leftovers except the little potatoes he made Mom. And me and my sister both had like more. We finished the arugula, like we ate the salad with the last piece of chicken and the dressing. And I was like, yeah, the Adams girls didn't like those. It was really good. I'm trying to like make a plan. Like they did a tentative meal plan they did for the two, like to decide what we were going to have every week. And she decided what she was going to make. And I was trying to tell her about Price Chopper. We have a Price Chopper, we have Kroger, we have Aldi, and we have Walmart. And this is not complaining. This is just me telling you. But like my sister, we like to look at the circular, see what's on sale, and then plan our meals around that. That's really like what we try to do. Obviously keeping health in mind, but like budget is like probably the first and foremost. And I was telling her that Kroger and Price Chopper both can be expensive for like your everyday items, more expensive than Walmart or whatever, or Aldi than your everyday items, but they run really good sales. So if we can just shop sales, that's like the best to do. So that's what I was telling her. And get like staples and stuff at Walmart or Aldi. But I like to do like Aldi and then Walmart, because Aldi does tend to be cheaper, but they do have like limited amounts of things. But I want to tell you guys, if you don't follow me on Instagram or on Facebook business page, then you won't know that I was out yesterday sitting in the back seat of my sister's car. So I have a biopsy on Friday. It's in Springfield, and she's more comfortable driving her car, which makes perfect sense. It's her car. But I'm actually excited because she has rear air and I don't. So laying in the back of the van can get a little stifling. I take a fan back there. And then to get the air conditioning to blow back there, I sometimes have to freeze out the front seat, which I feel bad about, but they both usually pack a sweater. So I got in her van and we did a plan. It was like, she was wanting me to do it one way and I was thinking about doing it another way. And I was trying this way and then going into that way. And I kind of did twist my knee. And I was like, it felt a little pain at first. But really, it hurts more than it has. But I haven't been doing anything on it. Does that make sense? So this is the first time I'm like using it and it hurts, that type of thing. So there is one spot on the inside of my knee that if I push on it, it hurts, and it never did before. So it doesn't hurt terribly. It doesn't hurt just here like now or whatever. Pain management's working really well. But yeah. So I sat up while I went into the grocery store. And I got in my pajamas, and when I got in, she's like, "Do you want to go back inside or do you want to come?" And I was like, "No, I want to go for a ride." And so I was like, she's like, which way is to the grocery store? Because she never had been to Price Chopper since, I think the first time she visited was like 2 years ago. And like she went one time or something. So I don't think she really remembered how to get there. So I was like, she's like, "All right, where are we going?" I was like, Starbucks, Price Chopper, Starbucks, and then down 72. So here's what I mean by that. State Route 72 is a main road that runs through Rolla. State Route 63 and State Route 72. State Route 72 connects the I-44 to a town called Salem. And it now connects the I-44, because it used to not be the case. And big trucks would have to go through town to get to the little town. I guess it's, when you look on a map, it's like south, west. You literally have to do that. Like it's west, south, because the roads all turn. So it's like, it's south of us, technically. East, south. You'll look on a map, you'll see. But anyway, so the trucks used to have to get off on exit 184 and then like go through town and then turn down 72. I'm telling you all this, you don't need to know, but I'm telling you for relation for the story. But now they've connected the 72 to the exit 184, which is basically a straight shot to the interstate. The reason I tell you that is now that that's happening, the State Route 72 is starting to be built up with businesses, because it's more traveled, let's put it that way. Not only by big rigs, but also by cars, people traveling to Salem. They now go down 72 like the entire way. Sorry, I just did sanitizer and I feel like it dried not right with my new jewelry. Did I show you guys my new jewelry? No? Okay. I will then. So anyway, they're building up businesses. So one of the businesses they're building is they tore down this really old, dilapidated strip mall that all of the businesses had moved down before I even visited. First time I visited in 08. Were they here? I have to see if they were here in 01. I don't think they were, but they were definitely, the businesses were all out in 08 when I came here. And then across the street from them was an old AutoZone that they moved AutoZone just into they built a new building next door. And then an old car dealership that's since been, it's been, again, they both been abandoned since I moved here in 13. So they're putting a new, bigger Aldi where the strip mall was. I'm so excited. That's the whole point of the story. And they tore down the dealership, but not the old AutoZone yet. And I said, wouldn't that be a great place for like a brand new big Dollar Tree, like close the other one? Because the other one's tiny in relation to like the way they're building them now. So I was like, wouldn't that be great? And because there's only one here and there's one in Salem, and then so basically like, there's one 15 minutes away in Salem, there's one 20 minutes away in St. Robert, there's one 20 minutes away or 25 minutes away in Cuba. So that's, they're not that close. It's not like we have 4 in a block. So we could stand to have a bigger one, This deconstruction or this demolition process has been going on for a while now, and every time we drive by it, I'm laying down in the back of the bed and and I can't sit up and see it. So I told her, like, when she's like, where are we going? I was like, I just want to go and see everything that's happening. Even the Jimmy John's. So I think when Lisa was here, she took me to Texas. They had just kind of opened the Jimmy John's. They built the Jimmy John's across the street from where Jimmy John's was. Jimmy John's used to be in a building that I think it's owned by the college. But they were like in a building attached to like a science and technology workshop. And then there was a frozen yogurt place, or is a frozen yogurt place. And then Jimmy John's was on the end. But now they have their own freestanding building with a drive-through and everything. So I saw it being built, and I saw it when it had its grand opening, but I haven't been out. I haven't been out driving myself around and running to Starbucks and doing all these things, And then if I go with Jimmy and Jimmy's driving, because I can't really drive, then I'm going the way they want to go, or whoever's driving wants to go. So like Jim doesn't prefer to go that way to go to Starbucks or whatever. But in the last, 8 weeks or whatever, I've only been laying down in the back seat and I can't see anything. So when she said, where are we going? And I mentioned all the places, she was like, oh, I thought we were just, she was being funny. She was like, I thought we were just going to the grocery store. I was like, no, this is a Jerry's Above the Windows road trip. Mini road trip. So she started to head towards the grocery store, and she's like, well, we have to go to Starbucks first to get Princess her drink. She was talking about me. And I was like, no. Go to the grocery store first, because if you get me Starbucks and I have to go to the bathroom, I'm screwed. Like, I can't, I'm in my pajamas. And I don't mean like a nice nightgown that could pass as a dress. I'm in these like shorts and a tank top type of thing. I actually said, I'm in pajama shorts and they're not very, my stuff can fall out, but that's what I told her. So she's like, okay. So they went into Price Chopper. She left the car running and let air on because, I'm a puppy. No, because it was really warm out. And they only had 15 things on their list, so I knew it wasn't going to be bad. And she got to check out the store, which was good. I forgot to ask her how she liked it. I forgot to ask her that. I'm going to ask her that when she wakes up. And then we drove to Starbucks. We talked about some places that she had visited when we were there last, and she was here last, excuse me. And then I showed her like the shortcut to Starbucks, and I ordered ahead on the app and stuff, so we just picked it up. But After that, we basically drove down Highway 63 and turned down Highway 72, which I did miss some other things in the other direction, but it's okay. I just was like, I wanted to see that construction. And they have the building completely tore down. They have the foundation dug up. I'm really excited. They moved their Sonic. So Sonic also used to be by Aldi down 63, which is kind of off the beaten path. But now that the interstate's right there, they moved the Sonic, and the Sonic now has a drive-through. So it's like exciting stuff is happening. Not everybody is like great about progress, but like, what's the point of living if you're not going to live, learn, and improve? I just don't, that's me. That's me. Sorry. If you're not going to live, learn, evolve, improve, that kind of thing, then I don't even know what's the point just of having experiences. But anyway, so I'm like super excited. I'm super excited. So we just drove around the town to see all of what's going on. And it was a nice trip out. But because I sat in the car so long, which is the first time I've done sitting in the car, where I don't have control over like really movement on my legs so much. It was a long time. It hurt a little bit to get out. And I don't mean hurt, but I was like stiff and sore from. So when I went to go get out, I got out real slow. I used the step tool to get in. But then when I got out, she's like, "Do you need your stool to get out?" I was like, "No, because really gravity." And I got in with my bed leg first. I actually sat backwards, which ended up working the best. Was getting in on my booty and then pivoting. Pivot. Sorry. But then that was good because now I was leading out with my good leg and I was able to just drop down on my good leg, and that really worked out really well. So it was a very successful trip. Going to Springfield, we're trying to figure out the configurations and everything, and who's going to sit where and where we're going to put Walker and that kind of stuff. So I gotta get a little address list for my sister, like map out the places that she wants to go. I'll get her all the addresses to all the places that they like to go to. And because it seems like I might be in for a long time. It seems like, according to the app, it says 4 to 5 hours or 5 to 6 hours. So I'm not exactly sure how long. But, yeah. And they're going to do a lot of running around and get, like, things that we normally do shopping in Springfield, Julie's like, "Are you going to miss anything?" And I was like, "Mom, tell her. What do I do when I go there? Dollar Tree, the Dollar Spot at Target, and maybe Five Below." I was like, that's what I do when I go to the mall. Even when they go to, not the mall, to Springfield. Even when they go to the mall, I just sit in the car. I'm a child of the 80s. I grew up in the 80s at malls. I'm done. Been there, done that, got the shirt. They're just not what they were, so it's kind of depressing sometimes to do that too. Plus, when you shop at the Dollar Tree, you really don't want to shop anywhere else. No, I'm kidding. I just don't have money to spend on, like extra things. Speaking of which, I have a video that I realized I didn't post yet, which is so bizarre. I like hauled stuff from, I just remembered why. Duh. Never mind. I bought some stuff, some Ray-Dunn stuff from Sierra.com, and I haven't shared it yet, and I just remembered why. I still have to shoot the other items that were put out, so anyhow. Okay. Let's see. Talked about that. Springfield on Friday. I'm excited and nervous because that's what I've been every day. Like last night I couldn't sleep because I was excited and nervous, and I had taken the extra pain medication because I was hurting. But I get like, I'm excited and nervous and anxious to get it done, and I want answers and I want treatment. I want to start the process of whatever it is, whether it's surgery. I just want to have some of my life back so bad. I want to have my life back so bad. Yesterday, and her being here and encouraging me to do more and more around the house and stuff is reminding me of how much I missed my life. Instead of actually, I mean, I guess the purpose is to help me have some of my life back. But then when there's days like today where I'm like so tired, I know I need to save my energy to go to the doctor. It's just sad that I'm like, oh, but I really just want to sit outside. Or I really just want to like make breakfast. You know, just something. I just want to do something. Sorry. I don't know where that just came from. Things have been so much better. I don't even know why I'm crying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about Jimmy's birthday. I'm gonna drink something. Just thinking about Jimmy's birthday and are we gonna be able to do anything for him? Like, can I even get up and make a cake or whatever? It's just really hard to think about. Sorry. Didn't want to cry today. Like, I know she came to help take care of me, but it's really hard. It's really hard to have a visitor and not be able to visit. And to hostess, to cook for her, to clean for her, and to create with her. She's such a creative person. All my sisters are. She bought some things and I was like, oh, we could use the Cricut and personalize them. And she's like, oh, that's a good idea. I'm like, yeah. Now I just have to teach her how to remotely use the Cricut or try to get into the office, the craft room. Just excuse me, I have to blow my nose because it's starting to run. Sorry. Anyhow, that is not what this vlog was supposed to be. But you can't help it when emotions come up, you know? I know that this is only going to get worse, but I feel like such a pincushion. I know the more tests you have to do and the more blood work you have to take and the more IVs that you get, you know, you got all these like little pricks and pokes and things, but I'm not mad about it. Just that's what I start to feel like. This one was pretty rough. It didn't hurt. Like, I don't really hurt from needles. I know that everybody's just doing their job, but she took blood from my hand and it was black and blue for a couple of days. Actually, that appointment was 2 weeks ago. I feel like it was 2 weeks ago. No, it was before the 10th. It was the Monday before the 10th. So like more than that, maybe 3 weeks ago. And it's still a little, you could still see it a little black and blue, but I'm gonna take a shower today before my appointment. I can't wash my hair though because I just washed it and it's already like dry and crusty. I don't have the hair cream in my room. It's in the bathroom. I keep forgetting to ask Jimmy to bring it. Maybe I'll ask Julie to bring it. I'm trying to think if I don't put anything in my hair, maybe she'll cut it for me. She's like, you should have told me to bring my scissor. I was like, well, I have a good scissor. I mean, you know, it's not the best, but it's good enough. My sister went to cosmetology school, but she realized after a year or two that she couldn't do it between her shoulders, her arms, her hands, standing up all day. It's just something she couldn't do. So she learned a lot of skills. She's got a lot of like experience. She did my hair for my wedding. I know my hair is naturally curly, but she enhanced it, and then she put the sides up so I can wear my crown. And I don't know if you guys have seen that picture. I don't know if you all have seen that picture. Have you seen my wedding picture? Probably. But yeah, it was a nice experience. I remember it vividly. When I met Jim, I had my own room finally. I hadn't got my own room in 1989, and I met Jim 10 years later. So in that course of time, I would find furniture and the garbage and redo it and all that stuff. So I had a broken desk, and the desk looked like it was supposed to have like the two side drawers that came down, and somebody had removed them. So I had made it into a vanity. I painted it like the colors of my room were. I had this pretty wallpaper. It was white, and it had like roses on it with blue ribbon and green leaves. And then I got like coordinating bedding, and finally got my own room. So, you know, might as well do it up. But I had done all that by myself. I put like baseboard down. I was like 18 and a half or 19 at the time. I maybe just turned 19 by the time I actually did my room. But I was babysitting for my cousins, and my one cousin was like a JCPenney catalog kind of girl. So what I would do after the kids went to bed, I would just flip through that catalog. I would just shop a fantasy, and none of it, no clothes, no jewelry. I would just be like curtains and wallpaper and all this stuff. So I found the wallpaper and border that I wanted. I worked it off. Basically, she bought it for me, and then like instead of paying me, she just bought me wallpaper for a couple of weeks or whatever, because I don't think it was that much, honestly. Might have been like for 1 week, actually, now that I think about it. But I had to I put like border paper at the chair rail, and I painted the bottom pink. So I had pink paint. My dad had built in these bookshelves when that was my parents' room, and we moved my parents into the big room finally, and I painted the bookshelves light blue, and I covered the shelves with contact paper that was coordinating, like little country contact paper. And I mean, it was 89, so it was 88, it was 89. It was a perfectly appropriate 89 room, you know. And I had put curtains and shelves, and I just, you know, I went all out. I painted my closet. I actually made a contact paper I made a border paper out of contact paper for my closet. There was this pink with these little tiny white roses on it, and they almost look like polka dots because they were in like a pattern. And I cut a piece to make a border paper. Why not? And then I took the same contact paper and I covered the shelf. And then I took the same contact paper and I covered the wooden bar that, you know, like the closet bar. And let's see. What else did I do? I put chair rail. Oh, I made a so country. Do you guys remember like the country, like 80s, the dusty rose, country blue? So I had made these wooden light switch covers, and I glued, I don't know if the one in my room didn't have ducks on it. I think it had flowers. So all of a sudden I don't remember. I turned this light switch on every day for like 10 years, and I don't remember. But, you know, I put the little dots of paint, like went all out. If I could find a picture, I'll try to find pictures for you guys. The same thing with the outlet cover. Now, I don't think I made all 4 outlet covers. I might have. But I might have only made the one that actually was, you could see. The other ones were all behind furniture. But I don't remember. I might have made all 4. I gotta ask Jim if he remembers. So not important to the story. It was not important to the story. But I had found this desk. The upstairs neighbor was throwing it out. And again, it was like, so it looked like an old secretary type desk. And honestly, had the drawers been there, I wouldn't have fit underneath it. Maybe it was like a child's desk. So they had taken down the 2 drop-down drawers. So there was just like 1 drawer this way. Or actually, there was 3. There was a long one in the middle and 2 short ones on the side. So I had taken it and I painted it. I painted it like pink and blue with little green trim. Like I would go around. Gosh, I wish I had pictures of all the stuff that I had done. You know, it just didn't do that. There was no Instagram back then. And I painted the little like border on the top, and I got a mirror. It was just from Pergament, and because I had made a padded headboard, I don't know, did I tell you guys I made padded headboards? I made 2. I made 1. I first had a full-size bed. The other cousin that I babysat for, so I babysat for 2 brothers, but they're wives, because, you know, wives, that's what I really babysit for. And I babysat for the 2 brothers, and the one bought the wallpaper. The other one built me a platform bed, because he was doing all this construction in his house, and I was like, I just want a platform bed. I had an idea in mind. I was like, you know, just like 2x12s, like 3 of them, and then they'll be open on the end so I could do storage, and then he just cover it with plywood. And he is like, I gotcha, you know, and then he did that for me. So I had like a platform bed with a full-size mattress. So I made like a full-size headboard, basically cut a piece of plywood, you know, wrapped it in padding and rolled the tops, and, you know, just did it all fancy and pretty. And I had some fabric left over, so I decided to take this cheap oval mirror and put like a padded headboard padding around it. Because, you know, why not? Crafty. But that's when I started to realize that you can't really hot glue to glass. I shouldn't say started to realize it. After like 2 or 3 years, it started to come off the glass. So I just took my hot glue gun out and redid it. So it's not like a big deal. But it was so like 80s. And I liked it because it was padded and I could put pins in it, you know, like make it personalized and stuff. So I hung up blinds, and then I became like the cousin that everybody called to like trim their blinds, because do you guys know that you can customize blinds at home, right? So you buy blinds by the width of your window, and they come usually like long enough for you to put into like a 63 or 72-inch window. Well, you don't have to keep a stack of blinds on the bottom. You know, it's very, very easy to customize them. And very, very easy, as a matter of fact. So all my cousins would call me up and be like, can you come over and trim my blinds? I'll buy you lunch. I'm like, okay. You have to buy me lunch. I'll just come do it. So every time I go to a cousin's house, they'd always be like, buy me lunch. Or my cousin Colleen, she's the sweetest. You couldn't compliment Colleen on something without her giving it to you. So it became very difficult to compliment her on something. One time I was like, oh my God, I love your earrings. She's like, they're yours. And I was like, no, she like literally took them out of her ears and gave them to me. I was like, I still have them because they remind me of my cousin Colleen. But if you guys ever seen my American flag quilt, like my Americana quilt that I put out, she gave it to me when I trimmed her blinds. I trimmed her blinds, and I was like, she had one hanging up in her room. And I was like, that is the prettiest quilt I've ever seen. And she's like, I love it. She's like, it's just, I keep it out from this. And then she goes behind the couch and pulls one out still in the package. And she's like, here you go. Did you know you were going to give that to me? I do miss the relationship that I have with my cousins. I made her cake topper when she got married. She married her husband Kenny, and he was like a Harley Davidson guy, and she got this like the bike that looks like his, and I sculpted the two of them out of like air dry clay, painted the little faces, put little real hair on her and everything. I love it. I came out good. She still has it, so I just think it's a special thing. It's a special moment, you know. When she got married, we found she wanted a special headpiece, and we found material to match, and I made like a ribbon type rose. I think there was like a big one and two little ones. I can't remember exactly what it looked like, but we took like that same ivory and made like a ribbon type. The moire fabric, M-O-I-R-E. It's sort of like, if you scratch your nails on it, it's ridged, but it looks like, do you know what I mean? Am I saying that right? Moire? Moire? I'm not sure. Because there's an E on the end, so it's not like noir. I don't know. I gotta ask my sister Jane. She speaks French. Okay. Focus. So it's just, yeah. It's just very special. So, what else did I make for people that was special? My cousin Patty Jo made her communion. I made her headpiece. When she was in dance class, I put her tutu on her leotard. Then I found out we put it on wrong because it was an actual tutu, and what they actually wanted was it folded in half and sewn across just the back, so it was like 2 layers of tulle. So we did that. I did a lot of things like that. I hung wallpaper for people because apparently I became really good at it. Just those skills. I have some life skills that, you know, I'm good at things. A jack of all trades is a master of none. But I don't know. I want to say he's more better, but that's not proper English. But it's still greater than a master of none. What? I gotta remember the rest of that because I've always grown up hearing like a jack of all trades. A jack of all trades is a master of none. But he's still greater than a master of one. Because that's how I feel. You know, people would come to me after a while and be like, is there anything you can't do? I'll be like, lose money and save money and lose weight. Because I can lose money and save weight. I can't do the opposite. When I worked at the nursery school, she did parties on the weekends, and she wanted to start this new tea party, which was absolutely the best. So I made all the little chair covers for the little school chairs, and we made tablecloths, and we made linen napkins, and we went out and bought all the teacups and teapots. Gosh, it was so precious. And then we found all of these great dresses. Like, some of them were like, we shopped at thrift stores, but most of them were like closeout that the owner had gotten, where she had like gotten all of these like closeout, either like communion dresses or flower girl dresses or whatever. And they were like, you would dress up, the girls would come in, they'd get their hair done, they would dress up, they would have a tea party. Whether it's just pizza or they would just have just cupcakes or scones or cookies or whatever the parents wanted. And then we would serve tea, and it was usually watered down apple juice or iced tea. That was like the choices that they got. Yeah, it was so much fun. The girls had so much fun. And I had fun making the room pretty. Yeah. So I just realized something. I have a picture. So the other thing that I did with the fabric that was left over from the tablecloths and stuff is, so it was a hair salon, and behind the hair salon was one hair table. Like, there was a wall with a door, And then when you went in there, there was one hair station that we would do like for the dress up parties. And then behind that was the party room, because kids would have hair parties. They would actually like come in, everybody would get a French braid or an updo. They would get beads in their hair, get a little like play makeup, and then have like their parties. That was the party back there, the party room back there. And on this side of the wall, on the hair salon side of the wall, were like these two benches where parents would wait when their kids would get haircuts. And I made cushions for them. And we put down a new area rug. And I have it's just so weird, it just popped in my head. I have a Polaroid of me adjusting the rug, like I just finishing touches. And I have no idea who took that. I have zero memory of who took that photograph. That's so weird. Because I know it was after hours. I mean, it might have been Miss Gina, but I just don't remember. It could have been the owner. Man, talk about story time, right? Today we've been up and down and left and right and back and forth. I don't even know how much long this is. Because I took my medicine early and I turned my alarm off. And where are my glasses? Jeri, where'd you put your glasses? Oh, it's not that bad. It's 43 minutes. That's not that bad. But I will probably wrap it up here because I don't want it to be that bad. Oh, last thing. So, another story. I think I told you guys this already when I showed you the other ring, but if you haven't seen it before, I'll just tell you really quickly. When Jimmy and I got married, we used sterling silver wedding bands that we got at a Celtic shop that were embossed, is the word, with this Celtic writing. And after 1 year of wearing them, we noticed that, because they were sterling silver, we noticed that it started to like wear. So we put those away. We like to wear those just on special occasions and stuff. And I got him just a silver band with his initials on it. And then I had bought like a wedding band set on QVC. And every year I would find like another one that was better. And then after like year 5, I found one that I just like stuck with. And then it was like year 10, I got a new set. And then it was going to be like every 5 years I would just get a new set. But we were here in 2015. We couldn't afford to do it. Times were harder. And now we, out of necessity, because the rings that I had bought in 2010, I lost weight in my hands and they fell out of bed. They fell off and they fell out in bed one night. So I bought a smaller set, and here they are. I don't know if you can see, if it's clear. Am I cloudy, clear? Can you see? How about if I hold it back here and I zoom in? Whoop. I don't know why that happened. I said, I don't know if you could see. And all of a sudden he started talking, so. I love them. I have always wanted like a huggable. Can you see like how the ring, the wedding band is like curved because it goes around the engagement ring? I have always wanted something like this, like my whole life. Like nested rings. I love that. I love that look. I wish they sold it separately because I would get like a 20-year anniversary one and put one on both sides. But it's smaller and it fits, and I'm grateful. And no, I don't have to worry about it falling off. But I also got these. They're very, very similar to the ones that I wear every day. But they're a little different. They're more oval this way. And the stones are not, they're 4-prong setting, not in channel setting. So the ones that I got from my mother-in-law that I pretty much wore every day are channel set. They're 4 square princess cuts that are just lined up. And I've worn them like every day for 20 years. I was like, maybe I should just get another set in case. Because when I have to like clean those, I go earringless and I feel like, oh my, now I could switch them out and it would feel the same. And yeah, so that's what I got for my 21st anniversary. No, I really got it because I feel like I needed it. I had pulled out my original sterling silver engagement ring, but it was very tarnished and just, I don't know. I just feel like it wasn't enough. So, and if you're interested, September was or is Diamond month, so they were 25% off. So you know how QVC does like retail value is $199, but we sell it for $99. Well, now it's on sale for $76. So that's what it was. It was $76 on 5 easy pay. And these were 26. They were roughly around $100 together. So, yeah, I think that's what they were. And you pay them off. So, I'm very grateful he's working and he was able to do that for me, because I felt very naked without them. All the jobs he's had in food service, he used to sometimes have to leave his rings home, but I haven't really been without a ring for 21 years. 22 really, if you consider the engagement ring. So, yes, I just need a manicure now, right? My nails have suffered from this diagnosis since this diagnosis happened. But it's how I cope. It's how I deal. It's just it's happening. So if I can't eat, I'm going to bite my nails. And that's just the way it is. And I'm sorry if that offends you. Sorry if that upsets you. But that's just who I am. So I'm going to go now. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me once again for this sit down chit chat story time. Hopefully you heard some stories you never heard before. And listen, if you could give this video a thumbs up and share it and like it and subscribe and all the things that really do help my channel out. If I'm posting more and more content here every day, maybe we can get this channel boosted if people just want to hear my journey or whatever. So I love you. And as always, you guys take care. God bless. I'll see you next time. Bye.